We're going to begin this evening's program with a Siyum. We had a number of people, members of the Torahspot family, and in the yeshiva studying Mishnayos in memory of our dear friend Louis Sarovsky, who passed away. His Shloshim is approaching, the 30th day of the mourning, and we're going to be making a Siyum in memory of Rabbi Chaim ben Yosef Moshe Louis Sarovsky. So the Siyum will be. Siyum is a completion of a, in this case it's going to be the completion, just like tonight is the Siyum, the completion of our Torahspot season. Tonight we're going to be doing a season, we're going to be making a Siyum, the completion, we're going to be celebrating the completion of there are 6 orders of the Mishnah. The Mishnah is the core of the oral law, and there's going to be a Siyum on one of those 6 orders of the Mishnah. The order dealing with nashim, areas pertaining to marriage, divorce, etc. And we're going to be saying the end of the final Mishnah of Masechtas Kedushin, which deals with marriage and a whole bunch of other things. The Mishnah begins by telling us that a father should teach his son a trade. And the Mishnah discusses, excuse me, I have to find it here. Amar Rabbi Neiroi taught, he said, the only trade I'm going to teach my son is the trade of studying Torah. The reward for Torah study is both in this world and in the world to come. They aren't that way. When a person becomes old, sick or old, or he's faced with challenges and pain, he can't work. He usually can't do his job. And then he dies of hunger because he can't work. There was no welfare, there were no programs, it was before the Great Society, FDR's Great Society. Torah is not like that. El Mishmarta we call Rab and Aruso. It protects him from all evil things in his youth. And it gives him a lasting hope. It gives him a everlasting hope, I guess, that it would be in his old age. When he's young, what does it say? Those who rely on God, they renew their strength. When he becomes old, what does it say about it? They will yet be fruitful in their old age. They'll be fruitful in their old age. And that's what we find with Avram, our forefather Abraham. And Abraham was old, and God blessed Abraham with everything. We find that Abraham conformed, he observed the entire Torah before it was even given. Because since Avram listened to my voice, he guarded my prohibitions, my commandments, my edicts, my teachings. Slikalach Masechtas Kedushin. Hadran lach say there Nashav Hadra Chalon, Daitan lach say the Kachim Nashav Daita Chalon, when this is Shimon say the Nashav Lysishim Minon Lebal Modasi. Hadran lach say the Nashav Hadra Chalon, Daitan lach say the Nashav Daita Chalon, when this is Shimon say the Nashav Lysishim Minon Lebal Modim Lebal Modasi. Hadran lach say the Nashav Hadra Chalon, Daitan lach say the Nashav Hadra Chalon, Daita Chalon, when this is Shimon Minach say the Nashim Lysishim Minon Lebal Modim Lebal Modasi. Harvin is the verse of Vino Viazam Base Shovini Colon, Wanakn with Zayn, with Zayam Base Shol, Colonia Yiddish Mekul, and there's a Zaklishma. When we complete a Mishnah, when we complete a course of learning, we offer a prayer of thanksgiving to God for having enabled us to learn this, and we offer a prayer to God to enable us to continue studying. We thank Him for giving us the opportunity to study His Word. When we study Torah, God speaks to us. When we pray, we speak to God. So we thank God for giving us the opportunity to hear His voice through His teachings. ما يبص خكمين من سيساق كيلو لما هيلي بيساب خكم عن لا يبش لما هيش كاك بكدك يفهم خيسان بركة عند نايلم دين خكاك من سالفاد. وإذا لفنا قدرنا الله إنه يسير شتمت خيك لين يشي بس مش زي شتمت خيك يبيشي كفرنا شاني ما أشكي بهم أشكي أنا ما أشكي من ليفل سير بهم أشكي من دور متيلم أنا أعمل بهم أعملهم أنا أعملهم كم مساخر بين أعمل من كم مساخر أنا رأت بهم رأتهم أنا هم رأتهم لشخص فني رأت خيالهم باش لما بعت عليهم تريدين لشخص أن شيء دم ممر يخسر من من يخدع باخي يوتم فنا قدرنا الله إنه ليفل سينو شيء مش زي تام السايم سيد ناشم كنت أزين الحسن صار مخين السايم والميد العميل اللي بتخرخبه مش ما بلا أساس الكلام كل ده يسمى درس بعضه سخص خاطر نويم والسامي دخخم. Translate this. Okay, may it be your will, God, the Father, God of my fathers, and my God, and the God of my forefathers, just as you have enabled me to complete the Seder Nashim, the order of Mishnah that deals with issues that related to marriage. So too may you help me to begin other works and complete them. To learn and to teach through comfort. To observe and to fulfill all the words of the learning of the Torah with love. And in the merit of all the sages who are mentioned in this order of the Mishnah, and all the works that I've learned, that merit should stand by me and my children and my grandchildren. That the words of the Torah, the Holy Torah, should not leave me or my children or my grandchildren forever. And it should be fulfilled in me, the verse that it says, when you walk, it will accompany you. When you lay down, that means when you pass away, the Torah will guard you. And when you rise from the dead, that will be what you speak about. Through Torah, your days are become more, are multiplied, and you were added years of life. Long life is in the right hand of Torah. Wealth and honor is in its left hand. Hashem ozla amo yitain. Hashem yivarech hazamoy v'shalom. May God give strength to His nation. May God bless His nation with peace. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei rabba. V'almadi v'rak Yerusei v'yamlich malchusei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beis Yisrael b'agalov v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabam v'arach lo lam lo mei ol mayo yisbarach v'yishtabach v'yisbar v'yisraman v'yisnasei v'yishador v'yishalev v'yishalol shemei the good job b'richu leila min kol b'chosav v'shiros hodesh b'chosav v'nachamosad amiram b'alamav imru amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanon v'al Tamidei and v'al Kol Tamidei Samidei and v'al Kol Mandos Kin Bayraisa Divas Ro'adein v'Divachol Asar v'Asar Ye'elohoinu l'choin Shalom HaRabba Chino v'Chesta v'Rachamin V'chayin Arichin v'Zayin Arvicher v'Furkanim v'Kodam v'Gon Dishmai v'Arav Imru Amen Ye'ei Shalom HaRabba min Shemaya v'Chayim Toiv v'Aleinu v'al Kol Yisrael v'Imru Amen O Yisrael Shalom b'Marav v'Baracham v'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu v'al Kol Yisrael v'Imru Amen. Siyum was shh. Okay, we're going to have a bit of a different program this evening. Because normally we listen to Rabbi Mintz, and we will have the opportunity to ask him questions. Still, we hope tonight. and he'll be giving us his sage answers. But tonight we'd like to have open mic night. And we'd like you to share your thoughts, not about Torah, and not to give speeches about Torah and Torah learning. That's Rabbi Mintz's job. But to share your reflections, to share your feelings about Torahspot, to share your feelings about being here, to share your feelings about being part of this wonderful experience every Tuesday night that we have here. You can comment on the food, but I hope you'll comment and you'll reflect on what it means to you in a more meaningful way, the inspiration, and express your gratitude to Rabbi Mintz, maybe. It would be appropriate, I think. I don't think he'd agree with that, but so we'd like to hear from some of you. The mic is open. Notice how quiet it became. I'm in trouble. You're next.
ערב טוב. איזה כיף לעמוד פה. אני הרבה שנים בסטטן איילנד, ואנחנו, כמו שאמרתי בשיעור הקודם, אנחנו לא דתיים, אבל אנחנו שומרי מסורת ושבת, ותמיד פתוחים ללמוד ולהכיר ולדעת יותר, וטוב לדעת שיש כזה מקום שאפשר לבוא ולהרגיש פה חופשי, ולשאול שאלות ולהקשיב ולשמוע וללמוד. אבל לא רק בערבים האלה, יש רבי מינץ גם עושה מסיבות בחגים, והוא מאחד את כולנו במסיבות האלה. זה לאחד את היהודים ביחד בכאלה אירועים כמו בפורים ובחנוכה, רציתי לנצל את המעמד הזה לומר תודה לרבי מינץ, ומכל הלב, כי הרבה אנשים כמו רבי מינץ לא הכרתי לא בארץ ולא פה. אדם מאוד מאוד מיוחד, ואני חושבת שמגיע לו כפיים ותודה מכולנו על כל מה שהוא עושה לקהילה היהודית פה. ואני כן לומדת מהשיעורים האלה, וכן עושה לי חשק להתקרב יותר ולהרגיש חלק מכולם, מה שאני לא מרגישה בכל מקום אחר. פה אני מרגישה במיוחד קרובה ליהדות ולצביון היהודי שלנו. זה מתחזק בשיעורים האלה. ועוד פעם תודה לרבי מינץ, תודה מקרב לב. בשמי, בשם הילדים שלי והנכדה שלי גם, שהיא לומדת אצלך פה בגן. תודה.
תודה לכם.
תודה לך בשביל הדברים החמימים, how do you say, warm words, nice words, מילים חמות. Thank you much. זה חיזוק גדול, וזה שם, ייתן השם לו כוח להמשיך לאחר הקיץ וללמוד עוד תורה.
Your mic works, but you just turn on your mic, it'll work. Okay, anybody else? Are you going to ask Rabbi Mintz a question? You had a fight with your husband and you had a disagreement?
I never fight with my husband. I have one. Okay, I hope no one minds if I speak in English, but that's a little bit easier for me. First of all, I do have to say that Tuesday nights really is the highlight of my week. I look forward to it every week. I have made so many wonderful friends over the years that I really feel are true friends, people that I may not have met through work or the neighborhood that I live in, and I feel very close to many of you people, many of you that are here tonight, and even some of the people that are not here. And it just really, I feel that even though I did learn in yeshivot all my life, I still feel that I learn something new every single week when I do come, and I look forward to it, being here with my friends and learning and growing.
Skoya.
I second the motion.
everybody. So I'm not a resident of Staten Island, not of New York. I'm an Israeli. I just came a couple of months ago. I'm the niece of Ayala, the first one who spoke. Actually, I wanted to say that I know Rabbi Mintz before I know Rabbi Mintz, because I was here 10 years ago and 7 years ago, and every now and then that I come, there is something with Rabbi Mintz. I come in Purim, there is Mishloach Manot. Who is this from? Rabbi Mintz. There is a Purim party. Who set this party? Rabbi Mintz. All the time, Sukkot, everything. Every time that I'm here, there's something with Rabbi Mintz. And something good, of course. And from 3 months ago that I came, first thing that she told me, Tuesday nights, we have to go to I go to the lessons, you have to come with me. And she loves to go, I love to go, and I come here almost every Tuesday night, and I want to say thank you from my name and from the Israeli people that are here and from all over, so thank you.
Okay, all the Americans are bashful tonight.
Thank you very much for your kind words.
Mikey, come on up. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. I was told that I cannot speak for more than 20 minutes, so let's start now. No, I just want to thank Rabbi Mintz. It's just so incredible that every single week you make yourself available for us, for our questions, for anything we may have. It's just absolutely incredible, and it's the first time I've ever heard of this, and nobody does this. Such a great tzaddik, such a great gadol, just answers our questions and is here for any type of philosophical, mental, or any type of question, and sometimes comments, and it's just incredible. And I just want to say thank you, and I look forward to it every week. And when I come, I'm just so happy that I do, and I just want to say thank you. So thank you.
Hello. What I want to mention is how many lives, how many kids' lives Rabbi Mintz touched. So many kids came out of the public schools because of Rabbi Mintz. So many families been changed because of Rabbi Mintz. What I want to say, like, so many families now do Shabbat dinners because we didn't know, we didn't know this. Now we know, we learn throughout our kids. And like I said, we're sharing our kids with you. You raised our kids, and we're very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just so you know, Rabbi Mintz has been doing this for well over 40 years. And the amount of lives that he's touched is truly incredible. That's in addition to the hundreds of students that he influences in the yeshiva on a regular basis every year. So, it's really quite incredible. Harry, you had your hand up? Amos, come.
I told him what to say, so you want to say.
No. Amos, you have something to say, stand up and say it.
He's going to say it. Just wait.
Moshe, come on up. While they're fighting over here, you come on up.
Hi, my name is Moshe, and I live in Staten Island since '86, and almost from the beginning I know Rabbi Mintz, and we used to go, me and my two boys, to Staten Island Yeshiva every Sunday for about 10, 15 years. And we learned a lot of Torah, and we used to learn one-on-one, and because of him, my older son became religious, very religious. He's a Chussit. And now my other son also becoming now religious. So when the seats get see it in the ground. Sometimes you don't see the tree, but sometimes some trees bloom later, so you got to think about it. And if not Rabbi Mintz, the Jewish community in Staten Island will be totally different, to be like a half what it's right now. So half of the Jews in Staten Island are close to the Jews, participate in the Jewish activity, is because Rabbi Mintz is basically, I never met a person like him in all my life, and I'm not such a young man. Thank you.
Everything Rabbi Mintz, Rabbi Mintz. We have here Rabbi Biderman, we have Rabbi Reichman, we have a lot of people behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. They're all involved. And when you say Rabbi Mintz, it means you're talking about a big number of people who are doing a lot for the Jewish people all over Staten Island, all over the world, and a big network. And thank you very much for your very warm words. But remember, there's a lot of people involved in this. It's not only Rabbi Mintz by any means.
Rabbi Mintz is the founder and leader, and he shows by example.
That's what he wanted to say. You took my speech. I told him to go there. He said, thank you for everybody. You took it. Thank you very much. See?
Say it so.
That's my speech. Rabbi Mintz, what do you want to do?
Thank you, Rabbi Mintz. Thank you for the light you have in your face and you sharing with us every time we see you. Thank you for you teach us, the Torah. Really, we enjoy. And everybody over here coming because they want to share too with you. And I love you and thank you.
Go on. Thank you.
Okay. An inside announcement.
Yeah. First of all, Moshe, you told me a new thing. Very interesting. You said your son became Hasidish because of Rabbi Mintz, and half of Staten Island's because of Rabbi Mintz. So I'm assuming the whole Willowbrook that all became Hasidish used to be regular Oorah families, and now they all became Hasidish. The whole Willowbrook. Very nice. It's excellent. I guess next time I'll be here, you'll see me with long beard and pace. And Moshe, you too. Anyway, I have a unique position over here is that I think I travel the furthest to come every week. I come from Lakewood. And besides the opportunity of being here, I have opportunity to bond with my daughters on the way here. One of them is heading to Eretz Yisrael unless she changes her mind. So this is our sort of emotional last time coming to the zone, to Torahspot. And the other one may be married by next year, so they'll have to travel alone. But that was unique. As well as I get to hear class with my father every single week, which is, you don't have time to learn with the Chavrusa, but at least I come here and I could hack around and listen to a shir and ask the rabbi. As I spoke last year by Reflections, that I gave a plead to try to we want to try to bring more people to the Torahspot. I think we're going to call the Schlepper Friend. That's going to be the new campaign, the Schlepper Friend. Take him by the toe and take him by whatever you have to do and Schlepper Friend to come to the Torahspot. As I mentioned last year, for Rabbi Mintz, this unique program of Ask the Rabbi is not just something that's unique for people in Staten Island. In Lakewood, there's a lot of learned rabbis and people, and he would give this class in Lakewood, Ask the Rabbi, you would have hundreds of people there asking these questions. Yet he does it in Staten Island for us, and I think it's the little we could ask back is to try to schlep your friends to come. Even you moving to New Jersey, we'll pay the tolls. You just come back to schlep a friend. And the great part about it, at the end, you'll all be Hasidim. So that's what Moshe says. So I appreciate every Tuesday night. It's really something special to come to be able to ask questions on any subject. And it's really, really, I don't think you realize how unique that is in the sheer marketplace. There's very little with this, and So it's very much appreciated. As well as, of course, it goes online. If you do miss class, you can always watch it online afterwards. And I'm hoping next year we're going to have a Schlepper Year program. As well as this year, there are a lot more people here than last year, which is very nice to see. And I'm assuming, as Rabbi Mintz has asked the rabbi, I don't know if it's the fidget spinners or the frogs that we gave away this year, or the cheese and wine, and all the other different types of things. But if you do have ideas of what type of programming we should do, you should please pass it on to Aliza. If next year you want lizards, or next year you want some other type of, camels, we'll bring you camels, or fidget spinners, whatever, new types of things. Aliza, does everyone know who Aliza is over here? Yeah?
Aliza's the star of the show.
So if you have any ideas, please let Aliza know, and we'll try to incorporate it. And then Schlepp a friend.
So, just do want to mention that Yao mentioned that there are several people, and I'm going to do this at the risk of getting into trouble, but I'm going to start with Aliza, who's really the person who's here every week on the ground, pulling everything together, make sure everything's set up, and making everything happen. So we really have to, she deserves a round of applause. She also runs the Little Star preschool here. Does a fantastic job running Little Star.
What?
So,
You're welcome.
okay, that's one thing. Then we have several volunteers. We have Naomi, who brings the food every week. We have Nancy, Joyce, who really help on a weekly basis. Nancy Shrem, Joyce, I don't know your last name, Joyce, but Joyce, there's only one of you. So they're really here every week helping. And again, to invoke the memory of Louis, who was always extremely helpful and was here so often, and we really miss him. Not just because he was helpful, but we miss Louis in general. So, Rabbi Yaakov.
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm a product of the Schlepper friend. A few friends over here schlepped me over here. They say, come in. I'm a schlepper. I've always been a schlepper. Now I got invited to be a schlepper. And I heard about Rabbi Mintz a long, long time ago, and I think the success of this whole organization is because of the sincerity that Rabbi Mintz has towards his product, his project. I know some people who tell me, he came one day, he goes into his house, on his step is a esrog and a lulav and everything. So I know that Rabbi Mintz is doing it to many, many people and so on. And I heard a lot about him in the yeshiva also, a very sincere person and so on. Now, I come from a religious background, like the other lady said, and I knew that this, if I could say so, is more of a kiruv type of project, right, organization. So I said, more or less, I went to yeshiva, I went through everything, so I guess I know more or less what's going on. I don't know if I need the kiruv and all of that, but I came. And as it says, En Beis HaMedrash B'lo Chidush. No matter what it is, you always learn something. And there were a few things that I thought a lot about, try to be philosophical about certain things. And Rabbi Mintz was able, in one word or two words, to say some things that shed, new lights into certain things that I was thinking about. So I really appreciate that, and I wish Rabbi Mintz a success, a continuation, and this whole organization to continue out. M'chayil al-chayil.
Amen. Thank you very much. Sure.
Okay, anybody else? Before we segue to Ask the Rabbi. Okay. Huh?
He's not crazy as I told you.
Hi, everybody. I don't even know what else to say after everybody said all these beautiful things about Rabbi Mintz. I know Rabbi Mintz for about 20-something years, and he always was there to help me, if it was with my kids, with my grandchildren. He put a lot of things, a lot of changes in my life. I changed a lot, I think, and I wish I could change even more. The middles that he teaches us, I think they are wonderful. And I hope to God that I could learn, even if I'm going to be old, but I would like to follow a lot of things. He did a lot. I have a daughter who's very from, and I'm very proud of her. And I wish to God that I don't go to be a disappointment to my grandchildren. I love them very much. And I hope I could do good, and my other kids will do that too. Thank you, Rabbi Mintz, because may Hashem keep you alive for a very long time, because we all need you very much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else want to share some thoughts? Jack, yeah. Oh.
Hi, everybody. Really, I don't have nothing to say. Everybody say what I have in my mind to say. But the only thing I want to wish Rabbi Mintz, healthy, orech yamim, him and his family, his children, and everybody in his family, I wish him chaim arukim and hatzlacha b'chol drakam.
Amen. Thank you. That's good.
Okay, last chance. Okay, before we switch to Ask the Rabbi, we're switching channels. Oh, wait, somebody there? My reflections. The spot that you avoided, Amos. Torahspot. My wife said pretty much what I would say, I think, but for a change. Right, Rabbi Rechman tells us what his wife would say. There's a very special family here, and it's very precious to me. It's very precious to my wife. We've really made a lot of wonderful, fantastic friends here. It's become a very important part of our life. And frankly, although Rabbi Mintz insists that I'm a rabbi, there's a lot that I learn here too. And I guess there's always room to learn. And he says his insights, he always says, refreshing. His refreshing thoughts are enlightening, and they're refreshing. And sometimes they remind me things I knew. Sometimes he says an angle that I never heard before. And the Ask the Rabbi is a very special thing, and I don't know if the audience really appreciates how much time and effort and thought Rabbi Mintz puts into preparing these classes. He doesn't just walk in here, and he walks in here at 8:15, 8:20, and goes around and says hello to everybody. He didn't prepare the class as he was walking in or as he was driving here. He gave a lot of thought to what to say and what he's going to, and how he's going to present it. And I think it's clearly a very precious thing to Rabbi Mintz as well. And I think that I just hope that this continues for many more years, and we all continue together in good health to be here and part of it. As Rabbi Mintz Jr. said, bring more people, the more the merrier. Ruth? Oh. Okay. Anybody have anything else to say? Or anybody have questions for Ask the Rabbi? Last chance at Ask the Rabbi for this season. Okay. Tyler! Baruch Mechayim Esim. The man with the new hip. And the new grandkid.
Shalom Aleichem. Baruch Rabban.
In a few minutes.
She's down there.
Well, nice to see you.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay? A question.
Oh, there's a question.
I wanted to ask the rabbi the following question. Where should I stand over here?
Stand anywhere you want.
Yeah, you can stand here.
Okay. I wanted to ask the rabbi a question, something again that bothered me a little bit for a long time. This Pasha is Pasha's Korach. Everybody has complaints about Korach. Say he's starting Machlokeisim. Hello? He's starting disputes and conflicts between people. Machlokes. And it says, don't be like Korach, v'chol adato, and so on. But I don't understand, because really, you have to have, in every society, you have to have somebody like the press. The press's job is to keep everybody in line. That's what they do. They criticize, they look into, and they make sure that everything is done in a proper way. And if Moshe Rabbeinu and Aharon and, God told him to do whatever it is, fine. But nobody sees God, okay? And at the end, they had to go and they had to prove it to all the people by taking the staffs and putting it in, and the staff had to bloom and so on. And there's a lot of things that were done. Maybe it would have been better if they would have done in the open and the people would have known it. So basically, I think that there's a place for criticism to a certain degree. And we see that, Hashem, he told Moshe, go do this and this and this to show and to prove to the people. And I think if Moshe would have done everything on the up and up to begin with, so that people could see at least, and so on, it would have been much better.
Okay, we're coming here from... Okay, so here comes a question from a Western liberal perspective. Open to the press. What do you need the rabbis for? Why listen to the prophets? The prophets should be open to criticism. We should then be entitled to challenge anybody. Korach comes in this week's Torah reading. He challenges Moshe Rabbeinu's authority. Moshe is the prince. Aaron's the chief kohen. His nephew is the guy in charge of the Levium. They have everybody. It's all in the family. This is a bunch of nepotism here. Moses says it's from God. Korach says it ain't from God. What kind of business is this? Open them up to criticism. And why didn't Moshe do this some other way where he could show everybody? I don't know how he could have shown everybody that God told him this. I mean, Moshe did take the Jews out of Egypt, and he did come down with the Torah and a whole bunch of other things, but I guess that's not enough to establish to a Western liberal guy that Moshe Rabbeinu was legit. So, how come we don't praise Korach for challenging authority? Okay, I take the license of building up the question.
So he felt maybe he's not even protected. That's not my question. He's not even protecting the Jews like he used to.
Oh, I got this over here. Oh. Okay, first of all, I think Korach would be very insulted if you compared him to the press. Because the press, anybody knows our president finally had the guts a few weeks ago to say how evil the press is and how unreliable the press is, and that is the truth. The press is very evil, very unreliable, and anybody who knows what's going on in their own personal life and read what the press writes, they know that the press is nothing to be dependent on, because they're full of lies, they're full of just the one gets good stories, and they'll give away their mother to get a good story, the people in the press. So please don't. Korach would be very insulted if you told him he's like the press, because the press is very unreliable. We're not allowed to even believe what they write, because they write a lot of things with lies, and they camouflage a lot of facts and to make it according to what they want people to think. So that's very, very important to realize that. Now, Moshe Rabbeinu, we as Jewish people, we invite challenges. We don't stop people from asking questions. And anybody who studies the Talmud, the Gemara, knows that the Gemara is only Fek the Gemara, Empty Gemara. Fek the Gemara, Empty Gemara is full of questions, all the time questions. Let's analyze, asking, try to understand, and that is good. And Moshe Rabbeinu would not have any problem if people would come and ask if they want to hear an answer. But Korach did not come to ask him for an answer. Korach came to override Moshe Rabbeinu and to negate his whole authority, and that is the end of the Jewish religion, what Korach wanted to do. Because Moshe Rabbeinu, Avla Nevi'im, he was the one who accepted the Torah on Mount Sinai, and his authority cannot be overruled and not challenged, because that's the whole basis of the Jewish religion. Moshe Rabbeinu, who got the Torah from Hashem for the Jewish people of Mount Sinai, he was the intermediary, the person who got all the mitzvahs of the Torah and so on. So Korach was not coming to ask. Korah was coming to tell. Korah was coming to say, you are not the authority, and you have no right to do what you're doing, and what you're saying is not true. And he was there to undermine the whole Torah that we have. And that's not just asking questions. He could ask questions in a very respectful way to Moshe Rabbeinu, and ask him this, ask him that. Moshe Rabbeinu would be happy to answer his questions. He came to uproot Moshe Rabbeinu from his whole authority, and that would be the uproot and chas v'sholom of the Jewish religion, because it's all based on Moshe Rabbeinu. That God made him his messenger, and a person who comes along to try to question that and make questions about his authority, that's why he got the terrible punishment that he got. The earth swallowed him up. Why? That was a miracle, because he overstepped what he should have been doing, and he was destroying the Jewish religion by doing what he did and saying what he said. And therefore, it's much different if you're asking or if you're saying, if you're telling. He didn't ask. He was there to destroy and to negate and to get rid of Moshe Rabbeinu's authority. He wasn't to ask questions, and that's the very big difference.
Why was it necessary to prove to the people if the miracles were sufficient, everything was else okay? Why was it necessary to prove to the people by the blooming of the sticks that he was selected?
Well,
if everything else is okay and there's no reason to criticize, then there's no reason to prove it to the people.
Well, Korah was a very great man. He was a very great man, and he rallied with him a lot of people on his side, because the Satan was on his side. And when you have the Satan on your side, and a great man like Korah on your side, therefore he had a lot of influence over the Jewish people. And in order to break that influence that he had, Hashem had besides, he swallowed up in the earth, and the other people were burned, the 250 people, but he had to show very strongly the authority of Moshe Rabbeinu, and therefore he wanted to make sure that there's no doubt anymore. Nobody's going to come along and start asking questions anymore and question Moshe Rabbeinu. Hashem made a few simonim, signs, showing that Moshe Rabbeinu is his shliach, his emissary, his person that he sent to this world to give the Torah to the Jewish people, and he wanted to make sure it shouldn't be with any question, that any doubts, and therefore he made a few things in order to show that Moshe Rabbeinu was the authority of God and the shliach of God. He did everything according to God's will, nothing on his own. That's what Moshe Rabbeinu told him. If I did anything on my own, these people should die a natural death. If I did something on my own, then these people should live and nothing. Okay. If I did something on my own, these people should be healthy, wealthy, and why nothing should happen to them. If they're guilty and did things and talked against me and try to break down the Torah authority, then they'll be punished by the earthquake, swallowed by the earthquake. So Moshe Rabbeinu had to be very strong and very powerful and very clear that we have to know what Torah is, and it cannot be challenged by everybody coming along every generation, start challenging it. We have from Moshe Rabbeinu from generation to generation, that's the authority of Jewish people, and nobody can come and upset it.
Okay, we have time for one more question. One more question, Michael? I'm on my way, hold on. Long while tonight.
Also about Moshe Rabbeinu. You see, Moshe Rabbeinu davens for Klal Yisrael on many occasions. They're in a Chet Egel, he saves them. But last week's Parsha in Shlach, he davens for Yeshua. I can understand why. Yeshua is the potential leader for Klal Yisrael. He's a student of Moshe Rabbeinu. He's an Anav. Because of his modesty, maybe Moshe was praying that he wouldn't let the Shrotim quiet him up, slug him up. But Moshe Rabbeinu knew that it was a no-win situation, but you see, like Moshe, even when the ball game's over, Moshe Rabbeinu continues to daven. He davened to get into Klal Yisrael like hundreds of times, even though it was a no-win situation. He saw it was a no-win situation. Why only Yeshua? Why doesn't he daven for the Shrotim also?
Why didn't he?
Why didn't he daven for the Shrotim?
The question is, Moshe prayed before the spies left to reconnoiter the land, and they came back with a bad report. Before they left, Moshe Rabbeinu prays that Joshua be saved from their counsel. Gosh, Joshua not be involved in their when they speak badly of the land, and they turn the nation against Moshe Rabbeinu and God. That Moshe Rabbeinu prays that Joshua be saved from their counsel. But why didn't he pray for all the spies to be saved from their own counsel or from their own selves?
First of all, he probably did. I'm sure he did. The only thing he changed his name, that's what we're talking about. The name change was the special kinship that he had with Yeshua. Yeshua was his Talmud Muvik, it's called, his outstanding special disciple, student, that was so close to him that he deserved a special prayer from Moshe Rabbeinu as being his disciple. So I'm sure he prayed for everybody. No question about it. Moshe Rabbeinu was always praying for the Jewish people. Everything should go well. He's bringing out the point for Yeshua that he was so close to him and such a true disciple and student of his. He deserved a special prayer from Moshe Rabbeinu from the kinship that they had.
For the final question of the season, Rabbi Reichman, the ongoing saga of Rabbi Reichman and Rabbi and Mrs. Reichman plays out at Torahspot.
First, my wife asked me to mention how much she enjoys the opportunity to ask questions every Thursday night.
His wife asked me to mention how mortified she is by what her husband does.
How much she enjoys the opportunity to ask questions to Rabbi Mintz every Tuesday night. Actually, this is my wife's question. Many of you got this postcard in the mail, and if not, I handed some around tonight. Next week, June 30th, a weekend, there will be a men's TorahMate retreat, and the following week, July 6th, there will be a women's TorahMate retreat. And my wife wants to know if Judaism stresses so much and puts so much value into families spending time together, especially on Shabbos, how can Oorah push a weekend just for men and a weekend just for women? Is it right if someone has a family to leave or to leave their spouse or their children and go up to the zone for this wonderful, uplifting men's retreat or women's retreat?
I happen to have inside information that it was Rabbi Reichman's wife who suggested this separate weekends.
Well, it's a very, very, very good question. I also asked that question. We always discussed this point. But it seems that the feeling is that in order to a person to really get a uplift of Torah study, that it's good once in a while to go away from the usual lifestyle of a person and get away from their normal lifestyle, people that they associate with, and feel that they're going for a connection to God for this weekend. And in order to obtain that goal, one way is the person to go away from his family and sort of feel that he's connecting to God and away from the regular schedule of a person that he does a whole year. So it's felt that once a person goes away from his normal lifestyle, he'll be able to concentrate better on Hashem, on God, and study of Torah, and it seems that many people feel that way. So, because we get a very big crowd to come, every year it's bigger and bigger, the men, the women. It seems a lot of people do feel that way. Of course, we're losing out on the young people because they can't come because they have kids at home, and a lot of them just can't separate. They need the husband together with them to help them. So it's not so simple for a lot of young people to come. But other people who have older children, that's not a problem. Every year we're getting more and more people interested, and they feel that this is something that they're able to, like I said, to relate to God, to come close to God, to get away from the normal everyday lifestyle. And it's different. You're sort of breaking from this world in a way. You break away from this world, this mundane physical world that we live in, and go for Shabbos. Shabbos Kodesh. Shabbos is the holy day of the week, purity, kedusha, spirituality, and getting away from the normal lifestyle of a person with his family, with the schmoozing, with the talking, with the kids and the wife and this and that. This way the wife gets away from their family a little bit, husband gets from them, and they're able to concentrate and more and feel closer to connect to God. And it seems like people feel that way. So it seems to be a very successful program, and a lot of people are looking forward to it. And therefore, even though there's such an argument of what you mentioned, but many people feel it's a very good thing to do, and we're having a lot of people that joining. So that's the reason for it.
Okay, that's it. When we're not sure exactly when we're starting next year.
So I hope everybody should have a very healthy, happy summer, and we hope that even though there's no Torahspot, but we hope that you'll still be studying Torah every day, certainly every week. There's so many ways to do that. You can do it online. There are all different shiurim or classes online you could join up, and all the live classes around. And please don't put off Torah study for this summer until we start again. Try to connect with either live kavrusa or online or somebody to study Torah, because that's our life and our future, like we say in the praise. Torah is the lifeblood of the Jewish people. So let's stick to Torah. It's our oxygen. It keeps us alive. And in the summertime, sometimes a lot of different type of challenges we have in the summertime that we don't have a whole year. By studying Torah, we're able to cope with these challenges, stand up to the challenges, and be able to be close to Hashem. It's all through the study of Torah. So I hope you have a very wonderful summer, and it'll be physically and spiritually a very successful one.